Hello, friends. Today, Dennis is here with you. Almas is at the control panel. And this is a new episode of our show, Alphapreneurs. It's already the second one. Today, we're going to be firing product managers. Specifically, we're talking about specifications because any project, one way or another, starts with a technical assignment. It doesn't matter whether it's done by people or by AI. And at the same time, the requirements for specifications with AI are much higher than in human startups. AI doesn't understand you at all, so you need to give it a clear step-by-step instruction as if it were an imbecile. But there's one difference. How much does it cost? $20 a month compared to a PHP developer at $5,000 a month. So what's the main principle, guys? The quality of the product when it comes to informational completeness will always be, well, no higher than with AI. And your product quality depends on how you initially provide the information at the input. The more accurately and fully you provide information about the product's aspects, the better your AI will generate. Because what problems are there with AI development? If you give prompts that are too general, like make me a Slack clone, the AI might go off in the wrong direction. I think those of you who have tried Cursor know exactly what I mean. Well, you get what I'm talking about. It can veer away from your original vision. But the better and more precise you make the spec, what happens then? The AI will stay on the right track within certain boundaries. Then the AI will consume fewer tokens and it will generate code faster. These are the basic principles. So what is the generation flow like? We write an initial spec, some kind of first document. For example, let's say we have a prompt. We want to make a simple website, the one about Azimuth and Alphapreneurs. Well, it can be anything. This amount of text roughly is your initial spec. What are your idea, your manifesto? Don't stress too much, but try to express it in your own words, because by the same principle, the AI will understand better where to go. Optionally, you can use ChatGPT for some side research. For example, market research or specific industry-related things. For example, if we're creating a psychological survey, then probably, psychology or the principles of conducting tests should be researched with the help of ChatGPT. If you're making an uptime monitor, then you might need to look into principles of data caching when calculating data aggregations or information snapshots. Well, you get the idea. We then input this into our AI product manager. By AI product manager, we specifically mean what we're going to show today. This is Claude paired with Claude Desktop, specifically in combination with several MCPs. MCP is a trending topic. Well, MCP is a kind of universal API for LLMs. It's not just for Anthropic's Claude, it's for everything, for GPT, for all of them. And through integration with MCP, it can perform additional logic or interact with external IT systems. Today, we are using the following plugins. This is an additional MCP plugin so that our neural network, the product manager, can build more complex logical chains and ask better questions when formulating the product specification, right? Next, if our product manager needs to look something up on the internet, she can use the search engine API to go online and search for information herself. Tavili is a connector between your LLM and the web, additionally searching the internet for topics like which best practices to use. For example, if you're planning to use AI to work on some basic cybersecurity topic or some SaaS where clients are asking for proper security, then Tavili searches for best practices, how to properly code two-factor authentication, MD5 hashing, user authentication, or even the best logic for admin-level user management in an organization. That's what it does here, so it's an additional upgrade. With this, we're able to deliver proper specifications. After that, the AI product manager generates a file, MD specs, which contains the full product description, and we then provide this product description in Cursor. Let's go. Let's make a flow clone. This is a high-risk move. This is unprepared content, guys. So basically, it's all the same. So what's happening in our code? In the code, you really shouldn't work through chat, but rather through projects. Here, I've actually created a separate project We went to the trouble. Yes, it took some effort. This is a specific thing for which we've made a big detailed prompt. A master prompt, you, the master prompt. You are a super professional product manager who is friendly, supportive, and educational. It's absolutely necessary to cover the current topics. That is, if we didn't answer this in our original file, we need to ask about it. It connects to the MCP. If we say that we want to host on, it will go and check the pricing to see how much it could theoretically cost. By the way, how do you install all this? Do you need Claude? I can post a text file with these settings in the comments on YouTube under this video. Just paste them in and it will install. I'll also share detailed instructions. Take a look. And this master prompt won't work until you've installed all the MCPs. Now we begin. Here, create a clone of the application. Here, in the specially created editor, with what we've written. Let's go.
Well, let's also introduce a helpful, friendly artificial intelligence assistant who will answer questions on the topic of women's health.
Look, those are good clarifying questions. As the next step, the AI asks us additional questions. Who is the main audience? Is it all women or a specific group of women? Are there any special features you'd like to prioritize? For example, a calendar interface, a journal or diary interface, or something else? Monetization. I want to market it like Apple. We want our own calling feature in the app or to redirect it to the website.
We need to show the complexity of the specification in the video, so let them make their own calling feature, of course.
Do we want to code natively or?
Natively, of course.
Let's use Go for the backend, so it's for tracking menstrual cycles.
By the way, guys, we also need to realize that we picked a topic we know nothing about, so I wonder what kind of spec people who are actually in this field would come up with. We're complete beginners here.
Well, we deliberately picked something complicated to show that if you don't understand the topic, at least it will ask some decent guiding questions.
Product managers making 5 to 10,000 don't ask questions like that. Some kind of thing.
Here, it started.
Now it started generating. There it is, the database is coming together.
I really like that it immediately suggests a recommended database structure. That also helps a lot on the backend. I suggest that one English file be split into two Russian ones. The first for the front end, the second for the back end.
Yeah, we'll explain why in the next videos. For now, let it remain a mystery. But the spec does need to be split into two parts.
That's it. Looks great. Turn this into two separate .md files. One file, frontend.md, about the front-end interface part. The second file, backend.md, about the backend. Please make both files in Russian right away. While the spec is being coded, let's start thinking about the cursor. There are different ways, but there's the dumbest default one. This means we create a .cursor file in the root folder of the product, and that's where the main instruction takes place. By the way, I'll just copy it from here. Here are both our specs, the ones we just made together, they're fully here. The most important thing now is that we've written these specs in. Well, I don't know about the mobile app, but now we're in this file. The context of our chat is now in cursor. Build app based on documentation. So it found the files and it found the documentation folder. And now it's reading the backend documentation, reading the front-end documentation, right? And now, based on this, it will start generating.
Look, guys, the goal of this video was to show how to work with specifications. The start coding button was pressed, right? And within half an hour, you have a complete specification. This thing already allows you to do more serious work, really speeding up hypothesis testing, MVP validation, and so on.
Yes, as you can see, development is already underway there. But that's the general philosophy.